The Grand Hall of the Galactic Confederation buzzed with voices. 12 different alien species gathered in the massive round chamber. Tall blue beings stood next to short green creatures. Some floated in the air, while others needed special breathing tanks. In the center of the room stood Commander Zarthol. His red scales gleamed under the bright lights. His 6 fingers tapped on the control panel as he prepared to speak. "Honored representatives," Zarthol said, his voice deep and confident. "Today we discuss Earth." A large image of the blue planet appeared above them. Beautiful oceans and green lands rotated slowly. "Earth has rich resources we need," Zarthol continued. "The creatures there, humans, are primitive and violent." He showed videos of human wars, fights, and weapons. Many representatives gasped. "If we wait, these humans will become dangerous to us all," he said. "They develop too quickly. Their weapons grow stronger each year." The luminary ambassador rose from his seat. His body glowed with gentle white light. "I object," he said softly. "We have watched Earth for only 200 years. This is not enough time to judge an entire species." Commander Zarthol laughed. "The luminary always defend the weak. But look at these humans. They kill each other over small pieces of land. They pollute their own world. They would destroy us if they could." In the back of the chamber, a human woman watched with fear in her eyes. Lisa Wright had been taken from Earth 30 years ago, when her small fishing boat disappeared in a storm. Now she worked for the luminary as an aide. She alone knew what humans were truly capable of. "We must vote now," said the head council member, a tall gray being with 3 eyes. "The question: should Earth be classified as a harvest world, allowing us to take its resources and control its people?" Lisa wanted to scream, to tell them they were making a terrible mistake, but she was only an aide. No one would listen. The voting began. Each species pressed buttons on their control panels. "The Draconians vote yes," said Zarthol with a smile. "The Luminary vote no," said their ambassador. One by one, the votes came in. The Vortec vote yes. The Kulari vote yes. The Mendari vote yes. Lisa counted in her head. The votes were not going well for Earth. The Zin vote yes. The Barathi vote yes. The Noor vote yes. Her heart sank lower with each vote. The Tseltek vote yes. The Phaeton vote yes. The Grom vote yes. The Silveri vote yes. The final count appeared on the large screen. 11 yes, 1 no. The head council member spoke in a formal tone. "The vote is complete. Earth is now classified as a harvest world. Commander Zarthol will leave a small force to establish control. After that, full resource extraction will begin." The aliens applauded. Many had investments in mining and harvesting companies. They would become rich from Earth's resources. Only the luminary sat quietly, heads bowed in sadness. Lisa slipped out of the chamber, tears in her eyes. She had to do something. The aliens thought humans were weak and easy to control. They thought Earth would fall quickly. They were wrong. Lisa knew her people. Humans did not surrender easily. When pushed, they pushed back harder. When threatened, they became more dangerous than anyone could imagine. The Galactic Confederation had just made the biggest mistake in its long history. They had no idea what was coming. As she walked back to her small room, Lisa began to plan. Somehow, she needed to warn Earth. Somehow, she needed to help her people fight back. The aliens thought they were going to enslave Earth. They had no idea that soon they would be the ones begging for mercy. 6 months passed. On Earth, no one knew what was coming. Navy officer Jack Miller stood on the deck of the U.S. Defender. The ocean was calm that morning. The sky was clear blue. Jack took a deep breath of salt air and smiled. He had been at sea for 3 weeks, and they would reach home in 2 days. "Sir," a young sailor ran up to him. Something strange on the radar. Jack followed him to the control room. The radar screen showed large objects appearing in the sky. Not 1 or 2, but dozens. "Could be a malfunction," someone said. Then all the phones and radios on the ship began to ring and buzz at once. Around the world, people looked up at the sky. Giant ships appeared above every major city. They were huge and dark, blocking the sun. Some were round like discs. Others looked like giant arrows pointing down at Earth. In Washington, the president called an emergency meeting. In Beijing, military leaders gathered. In Moscow, officials rushed to underground bunkers. No country knew what to do. Dr. Karen Powell was working in her lab when the news broke. She was a scientist who studied space signals. For years, people had laughed at her work. Now, as she watched the ships hover over cities, she felt no joy in being right. Karen turned on her equipment. The aliens were sending signals. While others panicked, she began to record and study these signals. After 3 hours, all TVs, radios, phones, and computers around the world turned on at once. A face appeared on every screen. It was not human. The creature had gray skin, large black eyes, and no nose. When it spoke, its words were translated into all Earth languages. "People of Earth," it said, "your planet is now property of the Galactic Confederation. Do not resist. Those who obey will live. Those who fight will die." The message played again and again. In Montana, Steve Harrison watched from his cabin porch. He had left the military 5 years ago, wanting a quiet life in the mountains. Now, as he saw ships in the distance, he knew peace was over. Steve went inside and opened a locked chest. He took out his old uniform and a book with phone numbers. These were his friends from Special Forces, men and women who had fought beside him in many battles. He began to make calls. "It's Steve," he said each time. "Yes, I see them too." "No, I don't plan to surrender. Meet me at the old place in 2 days." Back on the U.S. Defender, Jack Miller received new orders. All military ships were to return to port immediately. No one was to fire on the alien vessels. "This is wrong," Jack told his second in command. "We can't just give up." "What choice do we have, sir?" the officer asked. "Their technology is years ahead of ours." Jack looked at the alien ships through his binoculars. "Then we'll just have to catch up fast." In her lab, Karen Powell made a discovery. The alien signals had a pattern she could understand. More importantly, she found a weakness. "Every system has a back door," she whispered to herself as she worked through the night. The aliens sent down smaller ships that landed in city centers. Strange soldiers in shiny suits stepped out. They set up bases and began to take control. Many humans ran and hid. Some surrendered right away. But others watched and waited. The aliens had studied old Earth broadcasts. They expected humans to be scared and weak. They expected an easy victory. They were wrong. As the first day of occupation ended, resistance was already beginning. In cities and towns, in mountains and deserts, humans started to prepare. The aliens had voted to enslave Earth. They had no idea what humans could do when fighting for their freedom. They were about to find out. 1 month passed. The aliens set up control zones in every major city. They expected humans to be easy to rule. Their studies showed that humans fought each other all the time. They thought humans could never work together against a common enemy. They were wrong. In Chicago, Maria Rodriguez led a group of 30 people. Before the invasion, she was a high school teacher. Now she was a resistance leader. They patrol this street every 2 hours, Maria told her group. They met in an old basement. Maps covered the walls. They always follow the same path. That's their weakness. Her plan was simple but smart. The aliens had better weapons and armor, but they were too sure of themselves. They were careless. The next day, when 6 alien soldiers walked down Michigan Avenue, they had no idea what was coming. The street looked empty. Then the trap was sprung. 2 trucks raced out from side streets, blocking the road. Nets dropped from windows above. The aliens fired their weapons, but they were already caught. Now, Maria shouted into her radio. From all around came a high-pitched sound. The aliens fell to their knees, their hands over what seemed to be their ears. Their advanced armor did nothing to protect them. Maria's people quickly took their weapons and disappeared. It was over in less than 3 minutes. Across the planet, similar scenes played out. In London, Paris, Lagos, Tokyo, and hundreds of other cities, humans fought back in ways the aliens never expected. At her lab, now hidden in an underground bunker, Karen Powell worked day and night. The alien technology was advanced, but not impossible to understand. Their bodies react badly to this frequency. She explained to military leaders over a secure line. It's like a dog whistle to them. We can't hear it, but it causes them terrible pain. She had discovered this by studying the captured alien equipment. And that's not all. Their communication systems have gaps we can use. In the mountains of Montana, Steve Harrison and his team grew stronger each day. They raided alien outposts, gathering weapons and information. They expected us to use tanks and planes, Steve told his team as they cleaned their new alien weapons. They prepared for the wrong kind of war. On the alien command ship, Commander Zarthol was angry. He smashed a control panel with his fist. "How is this happening?" he shouted at his officers. "They are primitive. They should be begging for mercy by now." One officer showed him the latest reports. Human resistance was growing, not weakening. Alien casualties increased each day. "Send more troops," Zarthol ordered. "Sir, the Council has denied our request for reinforcements," the officer said. "They say we should have enough forces already. This was supposed to be an easy conquest." Zarthol growled in frustration. The invasion force was too small. They had expected to face simple weapons like guns and bombs. Instead, humans had quickly learned to use alien technology against them. Meanwhile, far away on the Confederation homeworld, Lisa Wright made her move. For weeks, she had gathered information and made secret plans. "I need to transport these supplies to the outer colonies," she told the docking guard, showing false papers. The guard barely looked at her. Why would a simple human aid be a threat? Once on board the small ship, Lisa changed course. She had stolen star maps and navigation equipment. The journey would be long and dangerous, but she had to reach Earth. She had information that could help turn the tide. 3 months after the invasion began, the aliens were shocked. Their reports had said humans were divided and weak, but humans adapted quickly. They learned. They worked together in ways the aliens had never seen before. The Confederation had voted to enslave Earth, thinking it would be easy. Now they faced a fight they were not prepared for. The real war was just beginning. 3 months into the occupation, the aliens were losing confidence. Every day, they lost more soldiers and equipment. Their reports back to the Confederation were filled with bad news. Commander Zarthol paced in his command room. The walls showed maps of Earth with red dots marking places where humans had fought back successfully. There were too many red dots. "We need more soldiers," Zarthol shouted at the screen showing the Confederation Council. "These humans are not what we expected." The council leader shook his head. "We committed enough resources for a primitive world. There are no more ships to send you." Zarthol slammed his fist on the table. The council did not understand. They had made a terrible mistake. In Washington, D.C., General Alan Foster met with military leaders from around the world. Before the invasion, these countries had often been enemies. Now they worked together. "We have a chance to capture an alien command ship," General Foster said, pointing to a map. "Our spies report it will land here tomorrow to get supplies." The plan was dangerous, but could change everything. Soldiers from 20 countries would join the attack. The next day, as the alien ship landed, it seemed like a normal day. The aliens had no idea what was about to happen. From hidden positions, humans launched Karen Powell's sound weapons. The aliens fell to their knees in pain. Then Special Forces teams rushed in from all sides. The battle was short but fierce. By the end, humans had control of the alien command ship. It was damaged but still working. "We did it," General Foster said as he walked through the ship. "This will change everything." Scientists and engineers began to study the ship right away. Inside, they found weapons, communication systems, and most importantly, the faster-than-light drive that let ships travel between stars. Far away in space, Lisa Wright's small stolen ship approached Earth. She had traveled for weeks, hiding from Confederation patrols. Her ship was almost out of fuel, but she had made it. Earth's new defense systems detected her ship. Fighter jets went up to meet her. "I am human," she broadcast. "My name is Lisa Wright. I was taken from Earth 30 years ago. I have important information." Soon Lisa met with General Foster and other leaders. She told them everything she knew about the Confederation. "There's something you need to understand," Lisa said. "The aliens thought Earth was pre-industrial." Everyone looked confused. Their last detailed observations of Earth were from the 1800s, she explained. They expected horses and simple guns. They never updated their information. They had no idea how fast humans develop technology. This news changed everything. The aliens had prepared to fight a much weaker enemy. Lisa also brought star maps, information about alien weaknesses, and details about the Confederation's political structure. Most importantly, she knew which species might help humans and which would never stop fighting. Meanwhile, Karen Powell led a team studying the captured alien ship. They made discoveries every day. "Their technology is advanced, but not magical," she told General Foster. "We can understand it. We can copy it. And we can improve it." Jack Miller, now working with the Space Defense Team, trained pilots to fly small alien craft they had captured. The aliens were shocked to see their own ships now attacking them. Steve Harrison and his Special Forces team tested new weapons based on alien technology. These weapons were stronger than anything humans had before. 6 months after the invasion began, Earth was fighting back better than anyone thought possible. The alien occupation forces were in retreat, pulled back to their main bases as humans took control of more and more territory. In his command ship, now hidden in Earth's orbit, Commander Zarthol faced the truth. The invasion had failed. He prepared to order a full retreat from Earth. But humans had a different plan. They were not content to simply defend their world anymore. The time had come to take the fight to the stars. 6 months into the war, Earth had changed. Humans worked together in ways they never had before. Old enemies became friends against a common threat. Karen Powell now led the largest scientific team in human history. Scientists from every country worked day and night in a huge underground lab built beneath the Rocky Mountains. "Look at this," Karen said to General Foster during his visit to the lab. She showed him a small device. "This is their power source. We've already made it 30% more efficient." General Foster smiled. "How is that possible? Their technology is hundreds of years ahead of ours." "Not anymore," Karen said. "What takes them centuries to develop, we do in months. They don't innovate like we do. They follow rules. We break them." Across the lab, teams worked on different alien technologies. They didn't just copy the alien designs. They improved them. In a military base in Arizona, Steve Harrison tested the new powered armor. The aliens used similar suits, but the human version was faster and stronger. Again, Steve told his team as they practiced fighting in the new armor. 20 men and women moved through the training course, jumping higher and running faster than any human could normally do. "The aliens think their armor is perfect," Steve told the visiting officer. "Ours is better because we know it isn't perfect. We keep making it better." In orbit around Earth, a new fleet was taking shape. Jack Miller, now Admiral Miller, watched from the bridge of Earth's first space battleship. The ship had once been an alien cruiser. Now it was filled with human improvements. "Sir, all systems are ready," his second-in-command reported. Jack nodded. "Begin the test." The ship moved away from Earth. then suddenly disappeared. Seconds later, it reappeared a million miles away. Faster than light jump successful, a technician reported. We arrived exactly where we aimed. Jack smiled. The aliens' FTL drives had limits. Human engineers had pushed past those limits, making the drives faster and more accurate. On the ground, Maria Rodriguez led a mission to clear aliens from New York City. Her forces surrounded the alien base. "Remember, we want prisoners," she told her team over the radio. "We need information more than we need dead aliens." The attack was quick and successful. The aliens, expecting human weapons, were surprised by the improved alien technology now used against them. At the United Nations building in Geneva, Lisa Wright helped Earth's leaders understand the wider galaxy. The room was filled with maps of star systems and information about alien species. "The Confederation has never faced anything like us," Lisa explained. "They are used to species that develop slowly. They don't know how to handle our speed." Around the world, alien forces retreated. Commander Zarthul ordered all remaining ships to leave Earth orbit. The invasion had failed completely. But Earth's leaders made a bold decision. This would not end with simply defending their planet. "We have the technology now," General Foster told the emergency UN meeting. "We can reach their worlds. We can make them answer for what they did to us." The vote was unanimous. Earth would take the fight to the stars. In his new office at the Space Defense Headquarters, Admiral Jack Miller reviewed the plans. Earth now had 50 ships capable of reaching other star systems. More were being built every day. "We aren't going to conquer," he told his officers. "We're going to deliver a message." Steve Harrison's Special Forces teams trained to fight on alien worlds. They learned about different atmospheres, gravities, and environments. Karen Powell's scientists continued to make breakthroughs. In 1 year, humans had advanced centuries in technology. As Earth prepared its fleet, the Confederation remained unaware. They had written off the Earth invasion as a failure, but they didn't expect humans to follow them home. They had voted to enslave Earth. Soon, they would face the consequences of that vote. And they would learn why humans should never be underestimated. The day had come. Earth was ready to launch its counterattack. On a clear morning, 50 ships rose from hidden bases around the planet. They formed a line in Earth orbit, their hulls gleaming in the sunlight. Admiral Jack Miller stood on the bridge of the flagship, now named Defiance. Once it had been an alien cruiser. Now it was the most powerful ship in Earth's new fleet. "All ships report ready, sir," said his second in command. Jack nodded. "Send the message to all ships. Operation Payback begins now." On screens throughout the fleet, Jack's face appeared. Every pilot, engineer, and soldier watched. "Today we take the fight to those who tried to enslave us," Jack said. "Remember, we are not conquerors. We are messengers. The Confederation must answer for its crimes." The fleet moved away from Earth. Then, in a flash of light, they jumped to faster than light speed. Earth had joined the stars. Their first target was a small Confederation outpost near the edge of their space. The aliens there had never seen a human before. They had only heard stories about the failed Earth invasion. When 50 ships appeared suddenly in orbit, the outpost sent panicked messages to the Confederation's central worlds. "Unknown fleet has appeared. They are using our own ship designs, but modified." Lisa Wright, serving as translator and guide, sent a message to the outpost. "This is Earth Defense Force. We come seeking justice for unprovoked aggression against our world. Surrender your outpost peacefully." The aliens surrendered without a fight. They had heard rumors about the fierce humans. They did not want to test those rumors. Using the outpost's communication system, Earth sent a message to the entire Confederation. Lisa helped write it in all alien languages. "The people of Earth demand justice. The Confederation voted to enslave our world without cause. We have come to ensure this never happens again." Across Confederation space, panic spread. How had the humans reached space so quickly? How had they improved Confederation technology? It should have taken them centuries. The Earth fleet moved deeper into Confederation territory. They targeted military bases, not civilian worlds. Each victory brought more fear to the alien leaders. Commander Zarthul, now back at the Draconian home system, watched reports with growing horror. The humans were unstoppable. Their ships moved faster, their weapons hit harder, and their tactics were unlike anything the Confederation had seen before. How did they get so strong so fast? He asked his officers. No one had an answer. At a colony world called Cell Prime, General Alan Foster led ground forces to secure the main Draconian military base. Steve Harrison and his Special Forces teams went in first, using their improved power armor. The aliens expected a bloody battle. Instead, Foster's forces took the base without killing a single civilian. They even provided medical help to injured aliens. This confused the Confederation leaders. In their history, species that gained the upper hand always took full advantage, conquering and enslaving the losers. Humans were different. They demanded justice, not conquest. The Confederation called an emergency meeting. Representatives from all 12 species gathered, this time in fear rather than confidence. The humans have reached 6 of our worlds, the head council member reported. Their technology now matches or exceeds our own. They demand a formal apology and reparations for the attempted invasion of Earth. Commander Zarthul spoke up. We should gather all our forces and crush them. They are just one world. The luminary ambassador shook his head. That would be another mistake. Look at what they have done in 1 year. Imagine what they could do if we pushed them further. As the council argued, more reports came in. Earth ships had been seen near the Confederation's central worlds. They were coming for the council itself. The aliens who had voted to enslave Earth now faced a choice: make peace with humans or face destruction at their hands. They had thought humans were weak. Now they knew better. And they were afraid. 1 year after the invasion began, Earth ships reached the Confederation's central world. The massive council chamber that had once voted for Earth's enslavement now prepared to receive Earth's representatives. The chamber was filled with nervous aliens from all 12 species. They watched as the doors opened and humans walked in for the first time. Karen Powell led the group, carrying data tablets with evidence. General Foster and Admiral Miller followed, wearing formal military uniforms. Maria Rodriguez came next, her face showing the strength that had helped free New York City. Steve Harrison walked behind them, tall and strong, a living symbol of human power. Lisa Wright served as their guide. She had once been just an aide in this chamber. Now she returned as an equal. The representatives of Earth, announced the head council member, his voice shaking slightly. Karen stepped forward. 1 year ago, in this chamber, you voted to classify Earth as a harvest world. You sent ships to enslave us and take our resources. She activated a large screen showing images of the invasion and the damage done to Earth cities. That was your first mistake, Karen continued. Your second mistake was not understanding who you were attacking. Admiral Miller spoke next. We are not here for revenge. We are here for justice. The council looked confused. By their standards, Earth should be demanding total surrender, taking worlds, enslaving populations. We require 3 things, General Foster said. First, formal recognition of Earth as a free and equal member of the galactic community. Second, payment to rebuild what your invasion destroyed. Third, those who planned the invasion must face trial. Commander Zarthul, sitting with the Draconian delegation, stood up angrily. This is outrageous. They are just one world. We should crush them with our combined forces. Steve Harrison stepped forward. His eyes locked on Zarthul. The room went silent. Everyone had heard stories about the human warriors, how they fought with surprising skill and strength. You tried that, Steve said simply. It didn't work. Maria Rodriguez presented evidence next. She showed recordings of civilian areas being attacked, of people being taken from their homes. "These are war crimes by any standard," she said. "We have witnesses, recordings, and documents proving who gave these orders." The luminary ambassador spoke up. "I voted against the invasion. I warned that humans were not what you thought they were. Now we see the truth." Other Confederation species began to side with the luminary. The mood in the chamber shifted. Many had never supported the invasion but had been afraid to oppose the stronger species. "The humans show wisdom," said the Noor representative. "They could have destroyed us. Instead, they seek justice." Commander Zarthul and his allies found themselves increasingly alone. Even their own people began to step away from them. The head council member called for a vote. "Shall we accept the humans' terms, recognize Earth's independence, pay reparations, and hold trials for those responsible?" One by one, the species voted. The luminary vote yes. The vortex vote yes. The Kulari vote yes. The Mendari vote yes. The Zin vote yes. The Barathi vote yes. The Noor vote yes. The Celtic vote yes. The Phaeton vote yes. The Grom vote yes. The Silveri vote yes. Only the Draconians hesitated. Then their new representative stepped forward, pushing Zarthul aside. "The Draconians also vote yes, and we will surrender those who planned this crime." The vote was unanimous. Earth had won not just the war, but the peace that followed. As Zarthul and his conspirators were led away, Admiral Miller turned to Lisa Wright. "1 year ago, they thought they would enslave us. Now they understand who humans really are." Lisa nodded. "This is just the beginning. Humans will change the galaxy in ways they can't imagine." The aliens who had once looked down on humans now looked up to them. The species they had tried to enslave was now helping to build a better future for all. It was the greatest irony in galactic history. 5 years passed after the Confederation surrendered to Earth. The galaxy had changed in ways no one could have imagined before. Earth had become a major power among the stars. Human ships traveled between worlds. Human technology spread throughout the galaxy. The species that had once voted to enslave Earth now found themselves depending on human innovation and protection. Admiral Jack Miller led the new combined fleet, with ships from all species working together. He stood on the bridge of the largest ship ever built, watching as crews from 12 different worlds worked side by side. 5 years ago, we didn't even know aliens existed, he said to his alien second-in-command, a young luminary. Now we lead the galaxy's defense forces. The luminary nodded. Humans change everything you touch. You move so quickly, think so differently. The galaxy needed that. Karen Powell now headed the Galactic Science Academy. Scientists from all species came to Earth to study and work with humans. Their combined knowledge advanced technology faster than ever before. The key was working together, Karen told her students during a lecture. Each species has different ways of thinking. Together, we solve problems none of us could solve alone. The Draconian Empire, once the strongest force in the Confederation, had fallen from power. Commander Zarthul and his allies had been found guilty of war crimes and were serving long sentences. The new Draconian leaders worked hard to repair relations with Earth. Steve Harrison had become a legend among alien military forces. He now trained special units made up of soldiers from all species. They learned from each other, combining different fighting styles and strategies. Humans aren't stronger or faster than many species, Steve told his mixed class of trainees. But we adapt. We find ways to win. That's what I'm teaching you. Maria Rodriguez had helped create a new system for governing colony worlds. It gave local people more control over their lives. Many alien colonies adopted this system, finding it worked better than the old Confederation rules. Every world is different, Maria explained to visiting alien leaders. The people who live there know best what they need. Lisa Wright had become Earth's ambassador to the new Galactic Council. The old Confederation was gone. In its place was a new organization where all worlds had equal voices. Today was a special day. Representatives from all known species gathered to sign the new Galactic Charter. The document would set rules for how worlds would work together, trade with each other, and solve problems. Lisa watched as leaders signed their names or made their marks. 5 years ago, most of them had voted to enslave her homeworld. Now they were allies and partners. The Luminary ambassador, now a close friend, stood beside her. When I first met you, you were just an aide, hiding who you really were. Lisa smiled. And now humans help lead the galaxy. Life is strange. When all had signed, the head council member, now a human woman, spoke to the gathering. This marks a new beginning for all our worlds. We have learned difficult but important lessons. As the ceremony ended, Steve Harrison stood at the back of the room, watching. A young draconian soldier approached him nervously. "Sir, may I ask you a question? Why didn't humans conquer us when you could have? Any other species would have." Steve thought for a moment. "That's not who we are. We fight hard when threatened, but we don't seek to rule others. We prefer to build things together." The young draconian nodded slowly, still not fully understanding. Later, as Earth's representatives gathered to celebrate, Jack Miller raised a glass. To Earth and to the galaxy we're building together. They had all come so far in just 5 years. The species that had voted to enslave Earth had learned a valuable lesson. Humans were different from any species they had encountered before. Underestimating them had been the biggest mistake in galactic history, and it would never happen again.